Okay, fine, you guys got me in front of the camera. I usually don't like to be in front of the camera on this account, but here I am. And I get a lot of questions about where I found all of the gallery wall paintings that you see on my living room wall. So where do I get them from? How did I source them? And how can you recreate this look? Let's talk about it. Facebook Marketplace is going to be your best friend. As you can see, I have a ton of antique oils, and there are certain words that I use to search Facebook Marketplace. For instance, I used antique oil. It had to already be framed. I used like 1800, 1900 antique oil. And I really would have a limit as to how much I would spend. These oil paintings can go well above $1,000, as I'm sure you could imagine. But we like to stay under $350. So we did not pay more than $350 for any of the paintings that you see on these walls. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace can come up dry. So what do you do and how do you create this look? Well, there's auctions. I wasn't really very familiar with auctions until a friend of mine taught me how to use them. They are very user-friendly once you get comfortable with them. And I look for paintings in auctions that are not going to be, let's just say, like publicized. If you're going to like an art auction, like those are going to be selling for thousands and thousands of dollars. You want to find the little farmhouse down the road that happens to have a really pretty antique picture frame and picture for sale. That's the one you want. You don't want the highly publicized in the fancy towns. Yes, they're going to have paintings, but yes, you're going to be spending 20 grand for them. Another option, if you really are wanting a certain piece, certain style, certain color, this friend that I have up here over the fireplace is actually a reproduction. It is the only reproduction that I own on all of my gallery walls, and we commissioned it on Etsy. It actually was a Chinese artist from China, and he did it on an oil on canvas. We had it stretched and framed here in the US, and it is stunning. I wanted this one because horse oil paintings happen to be really hard to find, and they're very expensive if you do find them. So we loved the color scheme, we loved everything about it. It was such a statement piece, but it is a reproduction. If you are still finding no good finds on Facebook Marketplace, on auction houses, because listen, it is kind of regional, right? I am very lucky that we are in the Northeast, and I understand that there are a lot more antiques for sale and available in this Northeast part of the country. If you are in the Midwest, if you are somewhere that's a little bit further away, Etsy is a great spot. I'm gonna turn myself around here. These gorgeous paintings I found on Etsy. This is from Holland, and we had it shipped over. It was really pretty reasonable, and I found another one from Holland as well. This middle gorgeous one was a Dutch oil painting as well from the 1800s. And I found it on Etsy, and the owner was really lovely, shipped it right over to the US. You have to be very careful with what you want. You have to make sure that you find exactly what you need. And most importantly, if you are not looking for reproductions, which for the 99.9% of my walls, I am not, you just make sure that you ask, because a lot of these paintings can be reproductions, can be something that was commissioned to look like a very old famous painting, and that's fine if that's the vibe you want. I wanted original art. I wanted something like, who is she? I don't know, but I'm sure she lived a wonderful life, It just tells a story, and that's what I was drawn to. So, and then of course it takes time. This wall took about 6 months of searching and auctions and Facebook Marketplace to find a large enough stockpile to then start creating a gallery wall. This is a second gallery wall that I don't show as often. It's not my favorite when compared to the other one, but I do love it just as much. And this was the second one that was formed. So you can see that we have all different shapes and sizes. Again, horse paintings like that one are very hard to find. And you can tell I'm a rider, I'm an equestrian. I do love English country farm style homes, country estates, and yeah, that's what I like to surround myself with. So if this is helpful, I'm so happy. Again, it's a lot of luck, it's a lot of looking, it's a lot of treasure hunting, but I think that, people like us, we like this stuff, and honestly, we become quite a bit of hoarders, and we hold on to things, and then when it starts to make sense, then we decorate with them. So let me know if you have any more questions.